Welcome back, my beautiful friends, to the AI Amigos podcast.
What's up? How's
go.
it going?
Let's go.
Hello, everybody.
We survived.
I can't believe we're at number 2.
We haven't reached doomsday yet. David Shapiro was wrong. For this week, one more week, we got another one. One more chance.
And then we die.
Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so first on the docket today, before we die, is OpenAI ventures to Hollywood armed with text-to-image model Sora. I'm not sure if you guys know anything about Sora yet. It's phenomenal. Definitely recommend y'all check it out. But it has obviously the potential to significantly disrupt the entertainment industry. It's just wild. So let's just jump into this bad boy.
Fuck yeah.
So there's just kind of off the gate, there's significant job losses are projected due to Sora, which is pretty sad. So this projected in 2026, there's going to be 21% of entertainment jobs could be impacted or lost.
21, honestly, I feel like it's going to be way more.
I think it's going to be way more too.
It's good. It's so not true.
But that's only by 2026. That's literally 2 years from now.
Dude,
so
like already,
amazing,
like if they were to just release Sora right now for the public, you would already have that
Right now.
26%.
Right, instantly.
They could choose to put that 26 out at any second. I mean, you've seen the videos. We'll put some overlays right now, but it's like, oh, dude, it's incredible. As someone who's done a little video, I mean, that's why I stopped trying to pursue video production as a full job. I mean, seriously, it's so good already. It's like, dude,
It's scary already.
it's nuts. It's not just B-roll for YouTube videos at this point. Like it's real videos. And then with like, it'll come up with the script, then it could, speak it. Sounds realistic already. And now it has the video to go along with it at the highest level.
And you don't have to do with those pesky props, actors. And if you want to work with animals,
Oh my God.
That's a great
A
point.
bear trainer? Those people exist that are like, oh yeah, my life, I work with bears in movies.
Dude,
We can make a bear do anything.
we can make a bear do anything. You could have a
handstands.
Yes.
And
and make it look like anything.
Yes.
And oh my gosh,
Make a bear do intelligent calculus and have a dead serious conversation with his bear family. It's like, look, I'm gonna abandon you. I have a second bear family in the other neck of the woods. It's like it's just amazing that everything that goes into making a movie can be radically modified, radically transformed with AI, if not completely eliminated. Which is, again, the idea of a prompt engineer making a movie, a person being able to, not even a prompt engineer, which requires maybe expertise, but just a person being able to make a custom movie of like, give me a Fight Club starring me and Stormy Daniels, and then like at the end it's like related to the CCP and Trump and like it's just this idea of a custom movie on demand, or make a John Mayer album about Blake specifically and use my name and make, it's like the idea of custom art, but using kind of real art as an inspiration, but then making a genuinely creative art specifically tailored to me, whether it's a 2-hour movie that night on demand or a new album or anything, or an entire series, or make an entire Game of Thrones but set in the Revolutionary War time in America. It's like and with like the Native Americans as the different fucking like kingdoms or something. It's just like fucking insane. Tyler Perry pushed off this $800 million production expansion in Atlanta. Tyler Perry's a billionaire, and in his own words he goes, I keep my ear to the ground as closely as I can. And the more you pay attention, he's like, this shit is changing by the day, radically changing, shifting sands, but shifting entire fucking plates underneath the continent. It's like, it's unbelievable. And you go, I mean, it takes hundreds of people, from the makeup artist to the people catering lunch.
Yeah.
Like, just think about the physical infrastructure of a movie set and all of the editors. And
do you think it'll
it's
become
unbelievable.
illegal to have actors and stuff do it? So like I thought of this from the bear trainer, right?
Yep.
If you're training a bear, the liability, like my dad does insurance, right?
Yep.
He's going to be pretty stoked. And, if he can go, hey, yeah, let's just animate that, use Sora.
Yes.
Let's not actually have a bear in here, like that's probably not needed.
Yeah, and why? It gets to a point where it's like, well, what kind of like masochism or whatever like do you have? Like, why do you want to like go take that risk at the bear? And of course, I could totally see that. And child acting, talk about that. Hey, how about there's a Nickelodeon documentary that just came out, by the way. I haven't seen it yet, but whatever it is, we should all watch it. It's about like Drake Bell and Drake and Josh and shit, but all like Nickelodeon. Dan Schneider, that dude who's like on every single show. I'm like, that guy's involved with obviously Epstein or something.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's the idea of baby actors, kid actors, and how many generations of kids is like, yeah, I guess they consent to it in the way that a kid can consent. But of course, the parents just like, yes,
It's
they
so
consent.
fucking
Yes,
weird.
this kid will work 12 hours a day and whatever, go through whatever. It's just the idea of these photorealistic shots, like, kind of like as well, like 3D realistic. That's what blows my mind as well with Sora. It's like, it's not just fucking cartoons, and I hate cartoons, but that would still be amazing too if they were just like good cartoons. Like if you could just say like make an episode right now about like literally I'm Donald Trump's vice president, and make a South Park episode of that, and with my little comedy stylings based on blah blah blah. And it's like that would be amazing to me if it could make fucking cartoons. But the fact that it's like life realistic, photorealistic, whatever, is beautiful. And again, I just have one prompt. One of the first prompts I went is like an Italian woman cooking in her kitchen, at the like evening, or it's sunset time of day, and it's beautiful and it's detail oriented and it looks authentic and the woman looks like a beautiful
lighting,
yes, everything
the
about
physics,
it.
like
Yes.
it's
It's amazing how far it already is.
No, it's insane.
And it's shaping the industry already with Tyler Perry, already saying he's putting this off because he goes, I can't put hundreds of millions of dollars into this. I can't put millions of dollars into this.
Yeah.
I don't know what this industry is going to look like 6
Yeah.
months from now, 6 weeks from now, perhaps.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it's like to make a movie.
Yep.
The next movie he's going to
scalability
make, he
is
doesn't know
just-
he's going to make it.
It's,
To a degree.
it's fucking insane. What's cool about it is like we already produce so much fucking content, but once this is out, and it's like mastered and perfected, and it's also cheaper, it'll democratize like making movies and making short films and stuff because you don't have to fucking buy the actors and buy the set and buy the light and all that stuff. Any fucking one can do it. Sucks for the people that invested all the time and money for that.
But I'm
it's
sorry,
fucking crazy.
It's
that
opening the floodgates.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
not
dude.
just stuck in Hollywood now. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone with a
And
great
that's-
idea
yes.
can make it happen.
And
That's
it's
incredible.
yes, and it's the same rule set: adapt or die. It's always the same rule set for everybody. It's like, yeah, when they, businesses had accrued capital in infrastructure and investment, yeah, you get to reap those rewards until you don't. And it's like when there's inversions in technology and inversions in society where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, dude, shit changes, and you adapt or you die. And just the idea of, again, people with a sentence prompt being able to, I think, replace hundreds of man hours, if not thousands of man hours, a single sentence replacing thousands of hours of
wow.
man labor.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
talk about that. That's what we're talking about. Technology existing right now.
It's already
That's
ready.
That
It's
sounds
already
like 30
there.
years from now. The idea of
It's
a
now.
sentence is millions of dollars, a sentence replacing thousands of man labor hours, assuming no progress, just assuming that kind of
Yeah.
proportionality being distributed in the markets that it can be and in the domains that it can be. I mean, we're talking about completely radical changes. Again, this moment, of course, and that's why we're here fucking talking about it, but it's just unbelievable. And the idea of it accelerating or continuing along an exponential curve is just fucking insane. I mean, in as someone who aspires to make films, I guess you can make you can't even nowadays with an iPhone. You can do anything. You can make unbelievable songs, unbelievable films. But to a degree, you can of course be like, "Oh, I don't have this." It's an easy excuse, but there's not even the excuse. I mean, nowadays, you might be able to make like a blockbuster picture. There might be
Yeah.
a time where people that are really into films are all not only voting on films but submitting their own films, and where like literally the Oscars, the movie quality goes up because the technology goes up. So we have access to more worlds and literally more movies and more
And-
characters, but more artists can
Exactly,
make it. So it's actually
exactly.
beautiful. And like the actual competition goes up, where this 21-year-old kid who could never run a movie set
Yep.
because people wouldn't give him the money, trust him, and he doesn't literally maybe even have the mental, emotional health, the EQ to manage a group of 200 people. But technically he has this unbelievable artistic vision for film.
And that's like the ethical, like, it's interesting because on one end, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. It's going
Yeah.
to affect a lot of people, and it's going to be very sad. And, like,
Yeah.
we don't mean to kind of, like, gloss over that. But at the same time, the fact that
changes
it
lives.
will revolutionize the whole industry.
For sure.
Just the scalability, the competition alone. So I think it's kind of like music almost. Because, like, I imagine back in the day, you have a huge orchestra that's, like, huge. Everyone's training.
Yes.
Everyone's preparing, getting on the same page. To develop this masterpiece and then record it, and that's this whole thing. And now today you can have like two guys, a producer and a rapper or whatever,
Yes.
making it, get it done, send it to a label and all that
Fuck
stuff.
yeah.
So it's just changing and evolving. The scalability is fucking insane.
It's kind of like the printing press too, right? So like the
Yeah.
printing press allowed everyone to kind of get their stuff out cheaply, and it allowed way more people to become writers.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just you can produce it. People
Yeah.
started to learn, so all of a sudden independent writers became a thing, and
Yeah.
it was such a. I mean, that was technology too. I mean, talk about a similarity. It's like
Yes.
people were scared. I mean, they thought that like
Yeah.
The people at the church, like, people are going to take our Bible and you're going to do so many horrible things. They're going to corrupt the whole world with this printing. Like, this is technology that just can't go.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
And
actually, how much similar that is.
And for the existing institutions of power, and again, like social power, like political power, economic power, like religions, of course, is one of them. But you can imagine how, it is scary to have people, like freely discussing and expressing themselves and freely discussing ideas and be like, hey, I wrote this manuscript about, here's what I think of what we should do with our town. And I start sending that around. And all of a sudden I got 30 copies again about this new farming idea, or this new voting protocol, or this new religious thing. And be like, it's fast. It is a dangerous thing to the already existing institutions and the existing like patterns of society. It is amazing. And again, in the way that it's dangerous is also, of course, it's unbelievably ripe for opportunity, because with more people, again, there's going to be, of course, people are going to be using this technology to deceive and manipulate and make fake political ads and
like the
Biden
politics
saying the N-word. Of course,
this year.
Again, this is going to be.
Well, they're probably not going to. There's a lot of rumors that the only reason, like, mainly it's not going to even come out this year is because they're so worried about it being an election year.
But that's what's so funny, bro. It's like first of all, every year's an election year. Yes, not a presidential U.S. election, but it's also like, how far ahead of they? For all they know, they might lose competitive. Like, obviously, they'll keep a track of. But what if like another video software
then they're going to release it. Then they're releasing it.
That's what I love.
And then hell break loose.
Yes, and the market is like, it forces action. I love it. Like, maybe if there's no other serious competitor to ChatGPT or whatever, OpenAI, I'll be like, well, we're not going to release it. We want to be the good guys and like not unnecessarily cause chaos in the election. But it's like, that's what's so funny about life. It's like, God may insist that we have this software. Like, even if they're not willing to release it, again, it's not theirs to necessarily control. The idea, again, of course, text to video software is not. They don't control that. They have their version.
It like makes sense, but then it doesn't make sense because we already have deep fakes and audio deep fakes that aren't the most convincing. Yes. We've seen like YouTube advertisements, people using Joe Rogan and stuff like that. It's pretty messed up, but it's already out there. So I feel like people should just be like, really be taught. Hey, this is a thing.
Media literacy.
This is a thing.
Yes.
Look out, just because everyone knows like photos can be faked and stuff. There's Photoshop and stuff. So like. I don't know. I feel like that makes more sense.
But
like accept that it's going to be like essentially like when you interact with something digitally, you're going to have no idea if it's real, but that's already the case because obviously how could there exist some, but now it's from scratch. So no, you're good. But it's just like that it's from scratch because already deep fakes, already photo modification, already like we can do such.
There's more possibilities, but like the real danger is the ignorance. Like for people that don't really follow AI, devastating. But if you're kind of following AI, you know what Sora is and stuff. You're looking at all videos differently now. That's profoundly
100%.
Absolutely. And you're looking for extra fingers. You're like, you're literally looking for like, and it's.
But it's not. It's gonna be so far past that though. Oh my god!
But that's why we're in a cute little valley. We're not even a valley, but we're in a cute little nook and cranny where it's like you can actually see a bunch of pictures that are AI generated because they have adorable little signatures. But soon, it'll be like the signature will be that it's flawless almost, and be like. But then obviously we'll just adapt, and we'll get used to seeing more beautiful art and more beautiful things, and having completely customizable, unbelievable art, literally of any domain. It'd be like paint a Leonardo da Vinci Mona Lisa of me, Blake. I can have my own Da Vinci, Da Vinci, whatever.
The only one thing that is kind of interesting about this is raises the question to copyrights and how do people get value when they generate the initial data? Where's the because I think we've also we were talking about the video actually earlier how she didn't really OpenAI, this gal did not want to admit where the training data was from, and they were like, YouTube, what is it? And she was like, oh yeah, I don't know, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just the lead of this whole operation, and I have no idea.
Just doesn't know. So I mean, it does kind of raise a question because people that generate that data, it's obviously that data is valuable to OpenAI, so they should kind of reap some type of reward, and that's going to be an interesting discussion in the future. Because it is literally leveraging that and remixing that, and that's a battle as old as time, truly. So that's the kind of the only really interesting debate I see. As this stuff evolves.
Kind of a little side thought. I don't know why this popped in my head. You talked about if the Sora not coming out until after the election, but they might if someone else came out with it. The competition would bring out. Do you think that's the same thing with AGI? Do you think people are gonna get it internally? And then they're going to be hesitant to let it loose because of all the backlash and the community,
the world. Thereries about that right now.
And then so it's they're not going to let it loose until someone finally breaks it, and then when they're going to be like, we actually have had it this whole time, and then everyone, and then they've just been using it this whole time, and no one actually knows, and it's that's kind of gnarly. I feel like that's a lot of AI right now, actually. Like, it's just so much shit. It's happening so fast.
really-
It's so intense.
yeah.
They're like, we're not ready for it. Therefore, they're just using it internally, and they're just gonna once it's okay, and they're not gonna get in too much trouble, they're gonna then release. And then it's like, whoa, we were this far ahead this whole time.
Yo.
Me bringing in an acid trip again on the second podcast. But I think like a year and a half ago. So this was like around ChatGPT 3. And I think they first started playing around with like text to images and kind of fucking around with video, but it was really shitty. And it's like acid. And during the end of the trips, I just like to watch like stuff in like the last hour or two just to kind of relax. And this cartoon animated show I was watching on Amazon was horrible. It's terrible. The writing didn't make sense. It was unnatural. The storyline just didn't make sense. And I was tripping, so I was wondering, I was like, is this an AI like created film that they're kind of testing out? They're trying to see like how people respond to it. Because that very could be the case that they've had Sora for a long time, and they've been training it, they've been feeding it data to see like, you know, how the consumers, is this a good enough story? Like obviously it's shit, but is this good enough for like kids to watch? Okay, if we can get kids to watch, then can we get other people to be into it? And it kind of like evolve from
and
there.
also, yeah, and working on how much of AI can have. Like
Yeah.
having a 100% AI show, but maybe you can do a 100% AI kids show, but adults, you can only do 70% AI
Exactly.
man labor hours,
Yeah.
AI labor hour, and 30% you still need man labor to come in and check the AI. Because, you know, it's like, no, that seems too stupid.
Yeah.
That's not real. That's not funny.
And that's obviously just Sora. Like you can do that with a lot of subtle things behind the scenes, like people listen to you through your phone, what they do with that ad data. Like I know we all feel like the phones are listening to us, but like what if they really are listening to us and they're using AI and large language models to really see like,
What if they
okay,
listen-
what can we really sell this person very effectively?
Yes, and listening in more ways than even that we imagine. Like not only just listening, but almost like from the intonations, building like a profile of like what your emotion is, and so not only based on the words, but also literally the intonation, and also like
tone
yeah,
and all that
exactly, like
stuff.
and then literally getting like building an emotional profile. But of course, that's what data is. Again, they'll try to build
Yeah.
anything they can, and yeah, but. And also, and do even more than maybe, and again, than just phone, but also like, is it using camera? What if they've been using camera data this whole time, or like maybe not full camera data, but infrared
And I had
heat
a
data?
recent-
And it's
I had
like,
That's why it can do faces so well now. It's literally been watching us and has every human
Dude.
data from
Yes.
every time we've picked up FaceTime
Literally.
for the last 10 years.
and China's
It is.
already using that face tracking everywhere you go in society.
Oh.
Every single, if you step outside your house, even inside your house, you're getting eye and facially tracked. But if it's clearly Chinese, that's the thing is if it's clearly our enemy, then it's like, well, that's the thing is Zuckerberg isn't clearly our enemy. So it's like, technically, of course, you could have a level of data acceptance that there are big companies, of course, collecting and manipulating our data to sell us products and to sell access to us. But of those companies that exist, why would we allow specifically our enemy to also have that? It's like, well, yeah, some different American companies. If any company in the world is going to have American data, of course it should be an American company either. Headed and founded in the board, members existing in America. So it's like instantly I go, well, what is the founding of TikTok? It's literally ByteDance. It's literally a Chinese company. Well, in China, the distinction between private and public doesn't really exist. It's like it's all government. Government has full access. So it's like TikTok is it's like the post office. It's like, yes, it is a product, but also especially in free markets, but it's literally a government-made product and government-influenced product, of course. Yeah. And then it's like, and then like there's a Singaporean CEO, so he's technically not a Chinese CEO, but it's literally a Chinese company that is collecting American user data, and of course, just like Google and Meta and Zuckerberg, of course, they're trying to also influence American elections and stuff too, because again, it's kind of their right, it's their own product. So of course, they can kind of technically be like, oh, this is hate speech, or I don't like Trump so much, or we're not going to elevate him as much. We can elevate Biden, but not elevate him, or kind of suppress. There's so many ways you can influence it. It's just fucking fucking fascinating. I forgot what I was saying, but it's just fucking, it's just unbelievable.
a little off the rails, but no, but I see what you mean. Like the incentives, just because they have to, they're based on advertised dollars. It's like if you give them enough money, pretty much they will be your
TikTok.
bitch.
You know, we were talking about TikTok. No, but it's also, no, but you don't even have a choice. But that's the thing is the advertisers like, you know, again, TikTok. There's already ways for Google and Meta to psyop, kind of essentially, or to just influence its users using data, using just manipulation of
I think it's all platforms.
Outputs. Of course, but it's like when it's literally an agent of. In the creation of is literally directly tethered to our enemy, who's declared us an adversary, and we've declared them an adversary. It's like, well, yes, it's like people already have data, people are already manipulating us. Those things are obviously true. But then the question is, do we want also the Chinese government, gathering data and manipulating us to their own ends when we know that and they agree that we're enemies? So it's like, To me, I'm like,
personally, I'm cool with Chinese spying on me as long as they can use our platforms and we can spy on them equally.
But that's the thing is that's actually the thing is
and
also
also buy each other's data like we already do anyway.
for sure.
So
Yes, but there is no reciprocity. We don't have anything access to their market. So exactly. So at a level, why are we opening? Of course, even if American citizens are choosing it, it's like but again, American citizens also choose fentanyl. So it's like that's just because again that's another Chinese product. So it's like again. TikTok and fentanyl. It's like just because Americans choose it doesn't necessarily mean the government needs to allow, the proliferation of these products obviously in our borders. And Chinese government or Chinese company TikTok doesn't have a right to freedom of speech. Obviously, in this country, it's not even an American company, and also it's not even American citizens have a right to freedom of speech. It's like, and they do have a right to freedom of speech. They're not being penalized and locked up for posting on TikTok. The idea of making TikTok illegal or forcing the sale or banning it or whatever. It's no effect on the Americans. Of course, they may not like it, and I guess you can vote for people that.
What's interesting about that is like corporations are considered an entity, so technically they do have freedom of speech. But
yes,
since
it's not an American company.
Since it's a threat to national security, I think that's like a loophole.
Yeah, and also I think that's the thing is they're saying ban or for sale, and for sale would be to an American company or American board or whatever. So then you would have freedom of speech, blah blah blah, or some shit. But at least that's the thing is like it's like you're not. You don't necessarily get to just psyop and take the data from American companies.
I'm gonna pause this. This is real off the rails here. We're gonna bring it to some more light news.
So to get it on. Yeah.
So Google DeepMind. I want to change the topic a bit to. So they've been working on this for a long time, but this is going to be about computer-aided diagnostic for lung cancer screening. They've been doing a lot of work for years and just really neat stuff. So they've developed an AI system to assist radiologists and lung cancer screening by analyzing CT scans and providing suspicious ratings or, identifying suspicious images. And apparently they're honestly better, and they've increased the radiologists correctly identifying non-cancerous or cancerous cases by 5 to 7%.
5 to 7. I feel like it's gonna get way higher,
Yeah,
dude. We already have so many scans out there, right? And we even have those scans with the doctor's notes on what they saw. I mean, talk about an easy way to train some data. You already have so much. That's gonna get so good so quick. That makes me think about what I said earlier, actually, about like, how I was like with the bear training, like, is it going to become illegal for you to even put a bear in a video? Like, is it going to become illegal for humans to operate and to diagnose you because you're way more likely to make an error?
See, that's interesting because that makes sense from a logic perspective, but from an emotion perspective, it's like, who do you want to be responsible for either saving or killing you? A bot, aka a company, or a person? And that goes into driving too. It's like already AI can be, artificial driving can be better too, but it's like, who are you gonna be more pissed at? The company or like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Like,
you wouldn't trust it. Like you wouldn't trust the AI. Even if there's all these tests, it's been third party audited, blah, blah, blah.
I would. No,
you're like, it's 10x more likely you're going to come out alive. I'm like, don't touch me. That's not going to happen.
I think down the line, everyone will come to that page, but I think that transition is going to be very difficult for people to kind of grasp behind because it can go into war too, but you're literally giving the choice or the potential of saving a life or killing someone. That's on the hands of something that's not alive.
That's true.
And it's weird. I think it'll be better.
Do you trust your life with something?
It may be, but what if it doesn't care about life enough to almost fight for it? But again, it depends. Of course, if we could program it to fight for life as much as possible, then.
I mean, that is subjective, but I see what you mean because since there are no motion.
There's something, but if it's 50-50, like, so let's just say that a human fixing me is the same, just as good as the AI fixing me, I kind of might go human because I'm like, I don't know, maybe like they understand why I love life so much.
Yeah,
like the AI in there. Again, but of course that's the thing is when it's close, people will, even when AI is safer or like just robotic technology is safer, people will still. Some amount will probably choose humans, even when it's more dangerous, just because they're association to humans.
Yeah.
But honestly, if it was a toss-up, part of me almost, it may just be this moment.
If it was a toss-up, you'd go human. I feel like I would go AI.
Yeah.
Like, what if your doctor had a really rough morning, missed his coffee, was getting in a fight with their spouse, and now he's coming in to operate on you. He couldn't switch it. He's all pissed off.
But if they have the same failure rate, and I know if I know the doctor, I just feel like I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because again, the AI can fail. The
I
AI
don't
can
know.
fail. The AI can fail. Again,
Well, there's-
chips, transistors fry. Again, signals are crossed.
Well,
Things
AI
happen.
It's interesting.
There will be a failure rate
if
of
it
every
is a
AI
50
system.
Yeah, if
so that's
it's-
the thing is the man might fail, but he also.
But different people have different failure rates too. So if you go in the high end, top of the top
Definitely.
surgeon, and it's like they're equal from human capability to AI capability,
Yeah.
then in that case, I would go for the super. If I had the bread, of course, I'll go for the super high end, top of the line surgeon,
Right.
just because there's probably some nuances that he cannot comprehend, therefore not give
Yeah.
in training data that they understand. He or she, my bad, that they understand.
Yes.
And
You don't think the AI could have noticed some things that a human never processed about the
I
surgery
think
and has a
it
different
has-
angle? Or
I-
something?
I want
get
the AI to supervise the man. I want the man to do the surgery.
Hey, whoa,
The AI to
whoa,
supervise- Easy.
it probably will become.
Woo.
Green cord.
I can see the human supervising the robot, but
For
I think once it gets reps and doing this, like let's say, okay, I feel like right now we're talking more so surgery,
sure.
not just
And they
you know,
already is
detecting.
robot surgery, arthroscopic,
Yeah, like
scopic
Neuralink
or whatever
and
the
stuff
fuck.
like that.
Yeah.
Dude, our hands shake, bro. Just right there, I'm like, I trust the robot more. If once
Yeah.
they get really minute, like movement down,
I think it would
Definitely,
only be
like, specifically
worthwhile
for that.
because so as humans get reps, they get this muscle memory, which is like a form of like data that they can't really explain. AI can do that too, but it's not available in the data set. So it has to develop its own reps and its own experiences. So then it makes these like subconscious connections that we can't feed it.
well, what if
So-
you just slap a Neuralink in your head and it's sending all that data now?
But then you still have to encode it and figure out what this means. So I think it would just honestly be easier to cut the middleman and like let it do its thing. And it'll probably start off as equal as humans, and then it will just be exponentially better. And then we just won't understand what the fuck it's doing. Kind of like
That's
it already is, but you know,
Fixing in ways that we didn't even know you can fix.
yeah,
Whoa.
just understanding like the.
And
little-
talk about nanobots as well, of course, nanotechnology. In the combination of AI bots and nanotechnology, imagine when I've been seeing shit on this for like 10, 20 years. Just the idea of little nanobots where they put in, they'll give you a little injection or something, or take a little shot, and they go in and just literally eat your cancer. They
Yeah.
eat your tumor cells or whatever,
That'd be so
cancer
sick.
cells. It's just sick.
Well, let's see if we can generate any more questions, or we can just move on. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think we kind of talked about it. Obviously, this is going to bring up a lot of regulation concerns and stuff. Well, what is interesting, so I was reading about this, and there's concerns about like there being a disconnect between the people that can afford the AI, like radiologists, or the AI, more advanced like surgeons and stuff. But I would imagine, and I feel like we'd be on the same page here, wouldn't that make it cheaper?
Maybe in the beginning it'll be more expensive
Right.
to get your hands on things, but then
Right.
it'll get commoditized for sure.
Because it's like so scalable. It's like, I mean, the hardware would be expensive as fuck, but like,
I would hope,
Someone will
for the
come.
love of God, they open source. If someone has models that save lives like that and they aren't sharing it because they want to make money,
But pharma doesn't have a
Yeah.
history of doing that.
yeah, but if everyone knows though, like dude, that's not okay. Like they better not hold that one behind a paywall.
You
Like
see,
if it's simple
yeah.
stuff,
They will, right? If they can patent it, or if they can.
I mean, because
control
you
it, they
still
probably
need,
will.
it'll still be expensive to go get surgery. I'm assuming that's like the robots and stuff, but all the
the imaging, which technically, yeah.
like it's gonna get so quick. It's just
Well,
gonna get, yeah.
I mean,
don't
that's
know.
going to be kind of hard to patent though, because these are all like models, right? And you can, once you understand how the model works, you can either create another one or just use that model.
For sure.
And then-
it's just like intelligence is like,
Yeah.
if you you can't control patent intelligence, like
Exactly.
a smart human technically, or like
Yeah.
what is a smart AI could
And-
technically come up with the same solution or come up with the same better job of doing this fucking.
And if you pair that with what we're
diagnosis.
about to talk about, like a training environment, then yeah, you might have the first technology that can, or the first model that can do it, but many will follow. Like a lot of I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the hardware will be an issue, and you can patent hardware, I feel like, a lot more easily. But again, with AI, I feel like it can develop a bunch of different variations of the same.
definitely.
Do you think we're gonna have hospitals eventually with no humans at all? Like you walk in and it takes your blood, scans you, asks you a couple questions, and then just from there on out, it has bots that'll do surgery. It'll have bots that'll prescribe this. It'll have bots that'll tell you this. And you just literally, it's almost like a conveyor belt. You start here, scans you, go to the next station. Okay, here you go, ba ba ba. Go to the
Yeah.
next
I honestly
station, ba ba
hope
ba.
no. I hope no. I hope not. What?
You hope not, or you don't think so?
Are you
though?
kidding me though?
I
hope
could.
not.
I'd like
dude,
the hot nurse,
Right?
AI,
Yeah, yeah.
A hot
I
AI
want some
nurse.
sponge baths
Actually,
and stuff.
can you spend the night?
Oh
Getting
yeah.
a little lonely in here. Yeah, no, but I also like, but also, will we still go to hospitals? Because I don't know if you've ever seen a movie.
Oh, no,
There's just a
sure.
couple different movies where like everyone just has like a home pod. Certainly the rich people, but like,
Oh, that makes
but like
even more
where
sense.
like you just have almost like think of like a tanning bed, but you just go in and it can do every type of surgery. Like it can do everything. It can do an appendectomy or whatever the fuck. Like
I feel like that
yeah,
would be
that
where the
makes-
rich have at that,
and it doesn't
and
even-
us
yeah.
normies have to go to
Yes.
one giant Costco, but just shoveling people in and out, making them making them well.
Yes.
That makes more sense. But
Rocking it even more.
what I hope with all of this stuff, because this is also now we're talking about jobs and like
Steve Jobs.
the whole healthcare industry just fucking gone. No humans in it. I don't think that'll happen. What I'm hoping is it's just this increases everyone's ability to scale their own work. So it's like, okay, one doctor manages 10 surgeries at one time.
It's just interesting.
You know?
Like how long will doctors even be useful in the process? And again, of course, right now it's 100%. So I'm open-minded to the fact that again, right now that of course the technology will just become like this useful right-hand man. But
Well,
it's
you-
like, it's
what
just
was the
interesting, like,
example you
what if
brought
it's a
up
better
earlier
manager?
with Elon or something? He said they'll be as smart as any human by.
saving that. But yeah. Right.
Oh, sorry. Go.
No, that's chill. So Elon Musk pretty much projected that AI is going to be smarter than the smartest person by 2024. And then
Wait,
smarter.
this year?
Yeah. And then
Dude, it's already almost there. It's already
Open-
smarter than most people.
But
Yeah.
it has to be in a way that is
wait, there's
Independent.
more. And then by 2029, it's going to be smarter than all combined humans. All humans combined.
Yeah, that's mine.
I guess to me, I guess it's almost trivial the second point because it's like if it does the first point and knowing that computers can learn 1,000,000 times faster than a human and shit and it literally has. But again, that is still amazing, of course. But I will almost go like if he got AGI this year, or whatever the fuck he's saying is approximately. I mean, of course, it's insane.
Honestly, 29. Now that you say that, that's actually kind of true. It kind of seems too far away.
Yeah, I'm like
because like if it's smarter than the smartest human,
maybe 3 weeks.
Well, it's-
I don't know.
then it learns the other roles like the
Yeah.
avatar over the next year, and then
It's-
all of a sudden it's smarter than any one human.
It's kind of like what we talked about last time. It's like intelligence, they're not the same. Like 165 IQ for like ChatGPT 4 versus 165 IQ for a person is not the same
Yeah.
because ChatGPT translates that to all of its models. All of its models. As opposed to, again, people are really good at like math or science or this or that. And then they really hone in on certain subjects or hone in on certain like, careers or whatnot.
Definitely.
So, yeah, even if it's equal to humans, it's like
It's honing in
exactly
on
what you're
every
saying.
profession at the same time.
Exactly. It's overly generalized. Obviously, that in itself will take time and scalability and stuff. But it just I literally don't mean everything because it doesn't have every single type of like model out yet. Like they're still generating like image processing and stuff. But it's different. It's different. Same but different. Same.
It's fascinating.
But
But
different.
I completely love it.
All right, so I feel like this is a nice little pivot point. So Nevada came out with a lot of stuff this past week and a half.
Who?
Um,
Nevada?
Nevada.
Nvidia?
I don't know why I always fucking.
Oh my gosh!
my
I was
God.
like, are we talking like legislation here?
Reset.
I was literally just gonna be like, wow, AI probably does affect gambling a lot. I'm like, you know how they literally have always been
That's
watching
so
like the
fucking
hands and
funny.
for people counting. They probably have some of the advanced.
Oh, dude, like the
AI
Google
systems.
glasses with AI built in
I
for
bet you-
gambling.
I bet you
Oh.
Las Vegas is 10 years ahead of the rest of the world almost in AI.
That's funny.
Because
Just
they're
on
like
this
fucking. We have
specific thing.
billions of dollars on the line to read any fucking because if you can read even a 1% deviation in card counters and shit.
All right,
Yeah.
restarting.
Dang.
Reset.
All
So
right,
Nvidia, Nvidia's dropped a lot of new
Las
stuff
Vegas
this past
and Nvidia.
week. But mainly what kind of blew my mind is the Isaac Gym. So pretty much that's a physics simulation environment where you can have digital robots pretty much go in or digital AI, and they use it as a gym or an environment for training. So you see like Boston Dynamics, those type of robots, gives them a nice environment where they can learn how to walk, move, flip, do all that cool stuff. And it can be at scale. That's funny. And obviously a lot cheaper since they don't have to build 1,000 robots. They can just run 1,000 robots in the simulation and pretty much knock all that shit out once. It's fucking insane. It's going to revolutionize the way robots learn.
Does it say what they're doing it for first? Like, I would assume like
So literally like
manufacturing plants maybe, or
so the
warehouses.
The pre-release showed warehouses, but also showed like humanoid robots.
But like in those, like what are they doing? Like what are
like going up staircases, going down like rough terrain.
So they're not at the warehouses quite yet. Probably they're just like learning to navigate terrain, not picking up boxes, looking at SKU codes. And
yeah, Amazon has been like partnered with them for like I think more than a couple years, like a long ass time. So yeah, they've definitely tested it like on the ground, but they pretty much can also make a digital twin of your warehouse, and then so it can make it as efficient and effective as possible. Like make a little like walk around pass and like if then like.
Or are they like watch? Do they watch the humans through the like the cameras, right? Like security cameras. Can they watch the humans and then that'll help it train because it sees what the normal people are doing all day?
Yeah, they've also have like so they have some digital warehouses that even have humans in them. So it also makes like, okay, so like if there's a person here that's in the way, like what are you gonna do? You're just gonna
I see what you're saying.
like that. So like working around humans, so to speak, and like a more streamlined collaboration as opposed to like you're standing there and the robot's like, fuck, what do I do? I'm just gonna stay here now and just
start doing the tango with the robot. You know how you do it with humans. You're like going a little,
a little left. Ad infinitum. It just keeps going.
It just punches you in the face. Keeps going. Just go stop.
You find two robots after spending 5 years just going back and forth. Did you ever see the cruise robo taxis? Literally like 20 of them in downtown Austin.
Yeah, always
at logjam. But like,
that was so funny.
There was a national story of like 20 of them caused a traffic jam of all AI cars. So
they all wouldn't move.
There's no human to be like, fucking go around, go left.
Dude, I saw that.
There's no one to even yell at, and the people literally on the street were just like, "Fucking!" Like, you just want to burn them down. You want to like. It made me want to destroy them because I was like, you want to be able. There's something about a human driver in road rage that is so like nice that you can scream at someone. You can look at a face and go, "You're a fucking idiot."
Damn, this makes me wish I put the Tesla one in there. But all right, so this is off topic to this, but I definitely want to go into that. So. Obviously in that scenario, if those robots acting more like humans, like fuck off, I'm gonna go around.
Yes,
it wouldn't be a problem, right?
Right. So you need a little fuck offness. That's what's amazing is like robots, like almost like are such rule followers that reality demands you actually have a little bit of like fuck offness and adaptability. Obviously.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, that could get dangerous, but
of course. But at a level, do you want your car to try to save your life, or literally the car to try to save the pedestrian? It's like, who is the car even optimizing for? It's very fascinating when you talk about literally hard coding morality. It's like, and like the trolley problem. It's like, yes, of course, maybe a car is going to be better at saving as many people as possible in any situation, but there are situations where people gotta die, and that's the thing is reality is very, very real.
But if every car was AI, would it be in this scenario?
I mean,
unless it's just technical glitches.
But the thing is, but there's still crashes and shit. Again, there are still like, and what if a human interferes with it? So not all the cars are AI, but a human can still interfere with the roadway. Maybe, I don't know. Again, it can still like sabotage shit. So there still has to be.
Oh my god! If every car is AI, you just have how like people will protest and they'll go sit in the road and not let people pass. Would that just work 100%? You could just cause massive traffic because you just sit down because the AI sees you and it goes, I'm not going to do anything. I can
never kill a person.
It's not calling the cops or anything. It's just like, well, when the obstacle goes away, I'll move.
But my AI is a huge fucking truck with a Trump flag. It just runs right through it.
What if it's harder? What if it's harder? Like
goes over.
They see that happen and then like the first Tesla's like, oh, word. Okay. Communicates to all the cars behind. You should take an exit. You should take this other route.
And then you're just fucked sitting there.
Just avoided. There's like 5 cars stopped. Like I really showed them, but it's like everyone fucking went around you.
Yeah. Have you guys seen Leave the World Behind? It's very relevant. Yeah, there's a Tesla scene, just in case anyone hasn't seen it. Watch this apocalyptic thriller about the end of the world. It's Sandra Bullock. It's very cool about like what if we were being attacked like by Russia or China or kind of something like that. Not exactly, but and if they were taking out like our grid and stuff. And at one point they took over all the EVs and literally took over all the Teslas and had them create serious like congestion, make it impossible to go on a bridge or get out. And they were literally having them almost kill people as well, like using electronic vehicles as weapons of not only of our infrastructure, but also to just kill people by having them all crash together.
That's one of my questions and topics for the next podcast, actually.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, that was people's first concern when like FSD first came out. Also with their web updates, because
because you can just update them from the web.
Exactly.
They allow
so
that.
You can put malware in there potentially. Apparently, it's very safe. And at least hasn't been done so yet.
Yeah, until AI learns how to decode.
Exactly. Just imagine like, okay, you get a hospital, for example, and then you send 100 cars just to suicide bomb into the hospital.
That's bad.
Or a skyscraper even.
Oh,
Could you
just-
crash a whole skyscraper with 1,000 Teslas?
If you gave it a maybe like if you understood the layout and the blueprints of the and like where the
Fast and Furious 15.
Or just more cars.
They're doing. They're fucking flying a Tesla from the next building over.
Dude,
AI Fast
that's
and Furious.
crazy.
That's
like
funny.
into the White House.
Hell
you just have
yes.
40,000 Teslas from across the country just
Yes.
all hone in on the White House.
yes.
Just
dude, that could be like the new
Hell
Blitzkrieg,
yeah.
bro.
the new what?
The new Blitzkrieg, like you just send out a bunch of AI bodies, overwhelms, you
Yes.
come in behind them and just fucking take over.
Oh my god,
just
especially
kill
with
the
drones.
survivors.
Yeah.
Dude, you have drones and
Awesome.
cars
How has
just
that not happened? How has a drone terrorist attack not happened? Literally, thank you, Patriot Act. Thank you, spying. Thank you.
That's
for,
a good
for our
point.
government. Like, how has there not been 9/11, but drone attacks with bombs or grenades or pipe bombs or put a fucking, not to give any ideas, but put a machine gun again that can reload on a fucking drone? Like, it's not the most crazy
It's
thing.
because OpenAI wasn't out yet. Now that OpenAI is out, you can,
or now with
How can we
Grok,
do this?
open
Yeah.
source.
That's the thing is but still, now that it's out, it's like, how are there not drone attacks every day in this country?
I
if
think
we have
about
so
that
many
all the
enemies?
time.
We have Russia,
I actually
China,
do.
so many different discrete groups, Taliban, ISIS. It's like we have many millions of enemies
And
in
the
world.
tech's out.
And they have
Yeah.
the money, and the tech exists.
Do you just buy DJI drones and you can do whatever you want with them?
Bro, but maybe that's
Literally.
like the nuclear type of shit because obviously if that happens to us, then we're like, okay, bet. We're gonna use everything.
Unleash
we
the
can,
swarm.
100%.
But
And there's no doubt that we
Yeah.
have some like on some secret bunker just
Definitely. But
filled
that's,
with
yeah.
fucking drones.
But
Like
that's what
drones.
I
Oh.
assume. It's like our intelligence is so
All right.
good, yeah, and our weapons.
All right,
are
let's
so
go next subject. I want to keep talking about this, but this is the whole next podcast. This is the whole next podcast. So
Yes,
it's
yes.
next week.
Yes.
Next week, my friends.
Next
Hell
week,
yeah,
next
hell
week.
yeah.
All right. Well, I kind of want to because we definitely fucking went off a cliff here.
Standard.
To
It's
kind
about right.
of go back into this new,
Wrangle them in.
hell yeah, and this new Nvidia Isaac gem, the pre-release at least.
I like an Oscar Isaac, Jim.
A what?
He's the main character of Ex Machina. He's
Oh.
the billionaire who creates the AI.
I was thinking
Oh,
Oscar
yeah.
So, like,
Maywina.
it's an Isaac Jim, so just kind of a Jim full
That's
of
a nice
Oscar
little,
Isaac.
It's a nice little tip.
It's
there.
a kind of a little throwback to the first episode. Everyone watch Ex Machina still. Go.
Yeah, back to the same shit.
Yep.
But yeah, so obviously this will increase the efficiency of robot training, but you can literally imagine because you were talking about using it for warehouses and stuff, but you can use it for driving, you can use it for hospitals, healthcare, surgery. You can integrate that with more like
Good
gaming.
robots to build better planes, bows,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because
Or
Bose
Boeing.
sucks.
Bows. I was
Boeing-
thinking not headphones.
Boeing
Yeah.
is
Boeing.
No, Boeing is
We
terrible.
can use some AI. in
Boeing needs a little AI in their operations, apparently.
Boeing just needs to stop sucking. Like,
Hey, do better.
yeah, dude. Seriously.
It is amazing. It's the first time people are ever looking at the flight. Looking not only at the airline,
Yeah,
but literally looking at the
I'm-
actual. I'm looking right now, and I'm like, oh, I'm not flying fucking American. Or no, I am flying American because they're doing an Airbus. It's the first time I've ever been like, I got to get on an Airbus. It's weird as fuck because Delta and shit is flying Boeing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And now I care. Now I care.
Yeah.
And it's actually a fascinating thing to be flying and be like, I mean,
I feel like I care
Yeah.
more because of their responses more than I'm actually scared of a door flying off.
Well,
Like
I'm
how
not
they've
afraid of-
handled
yeah.
this and how they
Yeah,
just.
Oh, and they
That is the
killed that
fear.
whistleblower.
Yeah, like now
Yes.
with all that, I'm like, okay, now that's what broke the camel's back on that one.
Yes.
I'm like, that I don't support that. That's not okay.
100%. But these small mistakes would be that, again, of course, it could come out of nowhere, but it's like these small mistakes, whatever is happening in the manufacturing process, whether they're rushing or cutting corners and whatever, it's like, or doing cheaper materials, whatever the fuck is happening, those types of problems that cause doors to fall off and parking brakes to fall off and wheels to fall off, those types of problems also cause people to die. And so it's like, it's just a matter of scale where I'm like, yeah, no, Boeing is having genuine company manufacturing, you know, QA, quality
that's-
assurance. They're having issues that Airbus is not having. I don't think the media is blowing it out in this instance. I think Boeing is genuinely having these problems, and it's like, if you just look at even just these,
And it's because they get away
Accounts.
with it. It's. I don't know if we talked about this last podcast, but did we mention regulatory capture? I feel like we kind of did with the PDOM. We might have talked about it already. Kind of don't want to touch it again. Then
touch me again.
I'll touch it again, bro. All right.
Well, we're off topic anyways, so.
It's all good. It's all good. But back into that Isaac's gem. So one big problem about it, it's like it's a physics simulation, but how close is that simulation to reality? What's interesting is as we get closer to matching reality, it really is going to kind of throw a mental mindfuck of reality versus virtual reality, and like your Apple Vision Pro.
Mm.
Using this technology would just completely be a mind fuck, because then you can really get into the matrix, and it's like, okay, how many levels
That's what
of reality
dude.
can you be in?
Apple Vision Pro, you got Sora, you have all these things coming. It's like, dude, it's all happening at the same time exponentially, and they're all converging on one just Jesus. Like that's it's hard to think we're not in a simulation sometimes.
I mean, the proof, as Elon Musk says, again, not to take his argument, but this theory of simulation, it definitely it would make sense if we're in a simulation. The idea that we're in base reality is just statistically improbable. And if you just look at the argument, it's like, it's very adorable to be like, no, I'm the first. It's like, maybe, but the chances of that don't seem likely. It's just a feeling in your body that makes you go, this feels really real.
I'm
it's
original.
Like, well, yeah, maybe that's what simulations also feel. They
I'm a
feel
real
just as
boy.
real, or even more real in some way. Like, what if there's a way to actually affect the palpability of realness? Like, someone's like, again, if you were trying to like create like a dream state or create humans in almost this virtual state, what if you can actually almost somehow increase like the intensity of reality, so the experience feels even more real than almost maybe there's kind of semi-mirage of...
We could be in a simulation that's testing out how to effectively launch AI so society's not fucked.
Hell yeah.
And there's thousands of those simulations going on right now.
Seeing which one happens the best. And those start
like Black Mirror, where like a dating thing, and you're...
But the interesting thing is, and they didn't realize this, in the simulation, we make AI and we make more simulations. So
it just keeps
dude,
going down.
isn't
Anytime
that
you start one, it just Black Mirror, definitely.
Black Mirror, Rick and Morty.
It's a Rick and Morty episode, right? Where they're just going, they keep realizing they don't just all keep opping themselves. They just keep killing themselves once they realize they're making the simulation. It's the same thing.
Yeah, he made like a world to power his car or some shit.
You're what powers my battery for my car. He's just like, God damn it, and kills himself.
That's awesome. And and even the idea that suicide is an escape is adorable. Just like, just this idea that, again, you can't escape this. What if you just come right? What if you come right back out and God is like, hey, get back in there, and God like pats you on the butt and you restart over, and it's just like, what if you have killed yourself millions of times, like because you forget it and you try to escape, and God's like, no, get back on,
fucking quitter,
get back in there. God gives you a little Gatorade, get you back in the game. He like hugs you for a minute.
He's like a coach. He sits you down. He goes on the knees, like, listen. I know times are tough out there.
I know your mom and dad are going through stuff at home. I know it's tough. I know you didn't fall into a door. And that looks like your dad hit you.
But my son literally died for you.
Okay, exactly. I sent my son. It seems like
which is also me, and I died for you.
Absolutely.
I love that. Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. God's schizo as fuck, bro, honestly. The universe. It has so many faces talking to themselves at once. God is so schizo.
All right, well, a last little fun one. DeepMind collaborated with Liverpool to optimize corners. I'm not a big soccer person, but corner kicks are apparently a thing.
Oh, nice.
I was really confused with that. I also think it might be.
It's just corner kicks. I mean, eventually it'll definitely be the whole game of soccer will be AI. You know, what's the highest probability likelihood of success?
So, what time to put it?
It started with that.
True.
And apparently they were inspired by an unforgettable quick corner kick moment in 2019. UFFA champions. Again, don't watch soccer, so sorry if I butcher that. In the semifinals between Liverpool and Barcelona. So this led to a crucial goal, and I don't know who contacted who, but they've collaborated with DeepMind to transform how football teams approach these tactics, starting with corner kick situations. So the system was trained with over 7,176 corner kicks, and predicted potential receivers, estimated shot attempt chances, analyzed pass tactic effectiveness, and suggested tactical adjustments. All in all, the coaches preferred tactic AI's prediction 90% of the time.
Every football coach is gone
over traditional approaches.
It's like Moneyball for every sport now.
Dude, it's all business
to everything. Of course, because nobody gives a fuck about the obviously.
It's all business. Dude, every coach is going to be gone. They're going to be watching you in live. The AI is going to go, no, you should have done this. You should have done this.
AI is going to be making the calls.
Picking the calls, absolutely calling the plays. And then it's AI versus AI, but using humans as their
proxies.
Oh my God, we're the puppets.
I feel like,
we're just the flesh of the AI
we're
world.
so puppets.
We're the sex organs.
What I do wonder, because I was thinking about this at work as a bartender, but so definitely, you can have a bunch of like sub coaches with AI about tactics and all that stuff. I feel like you still need a coach to be like, get the fuck out of bed. Don't be a pussy. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, or
like,
they just fly a
AI
killer drone that's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
If you don't get out.
it fucking whips you.
Yeah, he's got a
It
fucking.
jolts you from the air.
He's got just a stick and just beats the shit out of you.
They all fucking call it.
He's like, I already made you breakfast. Let's go, bitch.
But the thing is, can AI be like a little wild though? Like you're saying, a coach again almost like break the rules a little bit of like.
Yeah.
I think sometimes a coach gives you tough love. A coach is like, get up, you pussy. Like,
Can a coach break, cross the line of
Get
like
an AI
sexual
coach,
assault and
yeah.
start, intermingling with a. Anyway,
It could theoretically.
absolutely, well they can.
I think if there's
Trained off
fine, dude.
humans.
if it's gonna be all AI coaches though, then at that point just have all AI players and like just go extremely graphic.
Oh, dude, what if you put like a Neuralink in your QB? Talk about an unfair advantage. You got that motherfucker tapped in.
Bro. No,
Oh.
that's so dirty.
That is
He's
sick.
processing 3 times faster than everyone else.
This
Has
might-
seen every play, memorizes every play ever to be done in football, and can see it live, and is processing in his brain.
No, but this stuff is crazy. Obviously, they've been using AI. They've been implementing. Like I'm just assuming we watched some football or watched the Super Bowl with both of y'all actually, so I know this. And you'll see those ads when they're using like Microsoft AI to like help with plays and look at the throws and all that good stuff. So they've obviously been using it. Apparently, they've also been using it for other stuff too, like fan engagement. And just
Oh
helping
yeah, how to optimize to get every dollar out of us fans.
Hell yeah. And
Hell
just,
yeah.
streamline operations and whatnot. But yeah, no, this is.
You know what they should optimize with AI is parking and in and outflow of cars to stadiums.
I thought you said just in and out like the restaurant. I'm like that's not working.
Dude, they're already pretty optimized.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm like,
It's pretty in and out, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah, but no.
They
that's
push through
amazing.
some people through that place.
Fuck
No,
yeah.
but like parking lots, man, if they could solve that, woo, I actually might go to an event a little bit more often.
It is. It is
Optimize the
yeah.
bathroom setup, maybe.
Hell yeah.
Those little things.
Just like having that little glory hole so you go put your.
Yeah, obviously that would be in the optimized version.
Heck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Dude, imagine how hype AI cheerleaders would be though. I don't know why that just like threw me up. Just hyperspeed,
Hell
like
yeah. And then like jumping up to the ceiling and like spinning like 100 backflips.
literally tearing down the roof. Fuck
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But like what's it called, like Cirque du Soleil almost, yeah, but like an AI cheerleader, that'd
Yeah.
be fucking amazing. It'd be beautiful. Fireworks shooting out of their eyes.
That'd be sick.
Fuck yeah.
I kind of I disagree with my last comment that there'd be like AI sports because I feel like people identified with the sports teams, and that's very human. Like
The messiness,
the messiness, the evolution,
Chaos of humans. It's gonna
sportsmanship versus not sportsmanship. The trial, the errors, especially when your team sucks for fucking forever, and then it becomes
and that
good.
camaraderie that you get there.
Yeah.
Everything surrounding the sport will be optimized by AI. Like, even cool things like safety will be optimized, like those helmets and stuff. Like having an AI be able to test 1,000, 10,000 different helmet combinations to reduce,
For sure.
concussions and all that. That's amazing.
And
Like
look
that
into
is awesome.
And material technology too.
Ooh,
It'll
true
advance
that. It'll be
so-
coming up with new stuff.
And if they have little nanobots in their brains, they can just repair the damage right after it happens.
like-
Oh shit!
Imagine like the millions of little nanobots.
You'll
crawling over
only have
quickly,
your
like-
starters now. You don't have to have
Yes,
backup.
every play.
That's so
They will
They're
never not
regenerated
come out.
instead of oxygen on the sideline. They just get their brain regenerated.
Oh man.
Just so barbaric, and it's
Imagine
sometimes
UFC.
the-
Imagine UFC. Dude, between rounds you get fully regenerated. Back to the start of the fight. You're like, let's go push it.
It's literally a video
Maybe
game.
some, yeah.
This is we're in.
That's why
We're in a
GTA,
simulation.
bro. Oh, that would be so sweet to go on some rampages.
there will be like I feel like there will be an augmented league though. League like with like what do you call it? Cyborgs.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
Chris
Cyborg
Cyborg.
League.
People will opt into that for
Yeah.
sure.
Dude, that'll be brutal.
They're like, juice
I
me
can't-
up. People already do steroids and
Yeah,
all that kind of
sure.
stuff. There's no reason they wouldn't optimize their bodies in other ways.
That would have to be illegal in UFC though, because imagine a robot arm hitting
A metal.
Well,
Flesh.
look at McGregor. He's
No.
about to come back. He had a broken leg. He's coming back half robot. Roadhouse, haven't seen it yet. But
Oh my god.
Oh, I want to see that
Yeah,
actually.
I'm about to
Probably
watch
just cut like someone in half, just with a like robot arm.
imagine if a fucking katana sword came out of your heel. You just slice his
Oh.
head off in the middle of the fight.
Talk about some Mortal Kombat shit.
Hell
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
That'd be sick.
Finish him. All right. What else? Also cool though. It's like
Oh my god! Imagine drones with swords. I always think of drones with like a bomb or something, but
Yeah.
that's self-destructive. Imagine it's just got two
Slicing.
swords out the side and it's just flying around hella fast, just decapitating people, and one can go through 50
Dude.
people in a crowd.
so.
sick.
Have y'all seen the
That's
movie?
badass.
Dune?
Sick. God.
I'd like to see that.
Oh, that's the next episode. God damn it! I keep wanting to
I
talk
know,
about
I
it.
know,
I'm so
exactly,
excited. I'm
yes,
so excited.
But have y'all seen Doom, the movie?
Yes.
So they have this little like they call it assassin, and it's this little bot that's literally like as big as my two fingers, and it slips in your head. So it
Ugh.
I I'm assuming because he was like terrified and it was like right here, but I was assuming the way it works is like it angles itself to like pretty much a blade and it'll go fucking right through you and you're fucking done. What? So imagine like having just literally like 50 of those in a fucking battlefield. Just
oh, 50, 1,000, 10,000.
You don't even need that much because you can reuse them, repurpose them. Go thin, go through, come out.
Go thin, go through, come out, bro. That's a slogan for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's something.
Fuck yeah.
On next podcast, no, I'm just kidding.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of war stuff, though, like what kind of mind fucks me about using this for tactics, like for human gaming tactics. Think about game theory. Think about the art of war and all that stuff. How that can be leveraged into business, war, like just in weird, like fucked up ways.
Negotiation. I feel like that's a big one for AI. I feel like negotiators should leverage AI. I don't know why that just popped in my head.
I didn't put this in the docket, but AI is officially more persuasive
than humans.
So
thank God. I don't want to write text. I hate writing text and all that. I'm so happy just to have AI do it, and I know that is the better way to do it.
But that also brings like what we talked about with advertising, like potential ads on LLMs. That's why I would be so terrified, because it's like, oh, we're planning this. You want to do podcast? Oh, well, there's this new camera that's the best. It's the best ever. But it's like really some shitty ass like stuff. They just paid a lot of money to advertise it. Like, and it can really convince you like, stop the line. This is what you need. It's the best. Like,
it's the best.
It's the best.
You need the Sony.
The greatest.
The biggest, longest.
Hell yeah.
Longest ever do it.
Yep.
I do want to restate Elon's quote to kind of end on, and then just restate that, you know, we're all insignificant and we're not smart.
You're significant.
I want to make sure you know.
Want to make sure
you're worthless.
You're not worthless. You're very beautiful and special, and we're all special. But in the terms of, you know, what makes you special, she says you're not.
For sure.
But Elon Musk believes that AI will be smarter than any single human by 2024. We're already here, baby. But probably by the end of the year, because ChatGPT is probably going to come out. ChatGPT 4 is probably going to come out either next month or next quarter. So that's going to be fun. And it's going to be smarter than all humans combined by 2029.
It's going to be faster than that.
But
debatably.
But don't you worry, you know, again, we don't really value you for your smartness. You know, it's the way that you move. It's the way that you dance.
Aspect.
It's the way that you giggle and the way that you avert my eye contact when I tell you I love you. I love you for all those little human moments. And it's all right.
But
AI can be smarter, but it will never replace you.
100%.
I love you, baby.
It's the way you enjoy life.
And maybe it will kill us, and maybe it will, of course.
It's the way you go in. It's the way you go out.
Hell yeah, brother.
As my dad always liked to tell me.
Or if you're Mormon, it's the way you soak in there. Bask.
How do you bask in the soak?
You just got to bask in God's miracle. Soak it in. Soak in the spices.
Nothing matters. Nothing matters. But that's why everything matters.
Exactly.
The universe is asking you.
But that's the thing is exactly.
What is the meaning of life?
We don't know.
To live, baby.
To live.
Life lives. Apple trees apple.
All right, friends. Much love. Much love. Thank you for joining us.
I can't believe we finished number 2. Good job, boys.
Oh, yeah.
You're good boys. I love you.
Bye.
Toodaloo. You guys are good kids.